want to tell everybody, mga Bisaya, tsaka may taga Mindanao na Bisaya, tsaka yung mga kapatid kong Muslim. My mother is, that's Ilonggo. Bagay mo say, Salam Alaikum, okay na doon, pero there's always that division of, parang, pag tinignan mo kasi ang isang Muslim, he would take sometimes offense. And it's because they are not ready to embrace that once upon a time, kanila yung Mindanao. At nung pumunta yung mga tao doon, puro Christians, and the majority is really mga Kristiyanos na. Pumunti na sila tuloy ang naging minority. But I'd like to tell everybody, including the Muslims, my mother is part Maran. Huwag kayong, do not take offense by just being with a Christian and sometimes being, yung glances na huwag niyo. Pati kayong mga Bisaya, huwag mo sabihin na moros. They are moro. One word is moro. It's a noun or something. Ayaw na sabihin moros. Yung sabihin mo, muro ka. Muro naman talaga sila. Ano bang gusto mong tawagin? Kaya nga, naging mayor ako, kung yung mga settlement, ginawa ko mga housing, ginawa ko talaga on purpose, mix. Dito, Kristiyanos, dito, Muslim. Sabi ko, in my time, you mix or we don't agree with each other and fight. So sa Davao, wala masyada akong problema kasi everybody is courteous to everybody. Gusto ko yung ano lang ang tama. And I always insist on that. That is why we do not have kaya ng problema sa patayan sa ibang lugar. I'd like to tell all mga Ilocano, stop this. Kayong mga Muslim, you have to embrace the Christians there because whether you like it or not, nandyan na yan Pataka tayo ng mga Kristiyano, wala natin. This is the only planet we have. Yan ang istorya dyan.
The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Charles Lejano. The PSA reports that Metro Manila's economic growth climbs to 4.4% in 2021, from negative 10% the year before. To give us details, we have Shaila Francisco reporting to us live from Quezon City. Good morning, Shaila. Could you tell us about the factors that contributed to this growth?
Charles, all sectors contributed to the growth except for accommodation and food service activities. Leading the growth are mining and quarrying, education and transportation and storage. The officials here said much has to do with the lockdowns and restrictions imposed on the sector. That's why last year, when the recurring restrictions took place, accommodation and food services activities were affected or were hit badly. In terms of the major industry, services continue to lead the pack, followed by industry and agriculture. Charles?
Shaila, talking about the effect of lockdowns on the economic growth in the NCR, how did NCR fare compared to other regions?
Charles, among the 17 regions, NCR ranked 15 out of 17, and comparing it to the national level, it's lower because it's 4.4% compared to the national level at a 5.7%. Again, it has to do with the lockdowns and recurring restrictions. The officials here said compared to other regions, NCR implemented longer lockdowns and much more often lockdowns. It was just in December when the region shifted to alert level 1. Charles.
We are nearing the end of April and we have had less restrictions since then. What is the government looking at in terms of economic outlook for the NCR?
Charles, officials here are optimistic that the growth will continue, especially that we have lesser restrictions. There is also high vaccination rate, and the second booster has already started for the immunocompromised. And they see that a big factor that will help in the growth is the recovery of the tourism sector, especially as foreign tourists are slowly getting back or going back here in the country. Elections could also play a factor, but everything will depend on the COVID cases and the restrictions that will be imposed by the government in the next few months. Charles.
Thanks for those updates, Shaila. That was Shaila Francisco reporting live from Quezon City. Thailand is on a mission to protect their durian orchards to ensure that its exports remain COVID-free. Let's watch this.
ถ้ามันมีสารปนเปื้อนก็ไม่มีโควิดหรอกครับมาตรการโควิดเราเนี่ยดำเนินการตั้งแต่ในสวนเลยนะครับ
Vice presidential candidate and Senator Kiko Pangilinan meets with Sumilao farmers at the Baclaran Church in Parañaque City. Farmers from San Simon in Pampanga also attended the event, entitled Lakad ng Pag-asa. Pangilinan is also marking his 26th wedding anniversary with actress and singer Sharon Cuneta. The couple says they wish to celebrate this event with farmers, who Pangilinan considers as his allies as a senator. During his speech, Pangilinan vowed to focus on providing more support for farmers should he be elected vice president. Presidential candidate Senator Ping Lacson and his running mate Senate President Tito Soto are making rounds around the Kamanava area in Bulacan today. The details in this report from Jenny Dongon.
The Lacson-Soto tandem takes their campaign in Kamanava and Bulacan. The tandem of Senators Ping Lacson and Tito Soto was warmly welcomed by Malabon LGU led by Mayor Antolin Oreta. Recall that Oreta officially endorsed the tandem of VP Leni Robredo and Senator Kiko Pangilinan. But the local executive welcomes any national candidate who wants to campaign in Malabon, especially Soto, since their families are good friends. They will not be holding a grand rally. Instead, the tandem will stick to their current campaign strategy that allows them to woo voters by listening to their clamors and concerns up close. In his previous statement, Senate President Soto explained that their usual town hall meetings will remain even at the last stretch of their campaign, saying big political rallies will not necessarily solve people's problems and that they will want to bring their message directly to the community. This afternoon, the Lacson-Soto tandem will go to San Jose del Monte, Bulacan to pay a courtesy call to Mayor Arthur Robes and Congresswoman Vida Robes. After this, they will hold a town hall meeting to over 4,500 members of different sectors comprised by farmers, youth groups, and market vendors.
The NU Bulldogs are seeking to beat the UE Red Warriors to take one step closer to a coveted Final Four berth. But the Warriors are keen on blocking their path with a good showing in the first quarter as they remain toe-to-toe with the Bulldogs. Still, NU closed the first quarter a point ahead at 21-20. This lead increased exponentially as the Bulldogs finally took over the second quarter, ending the first half at 52-36. Both teams are still at it, with the Red Warriors working to close the Bulldogs' 16-point lead. Here's a quick look at some of today's headlines. Deputy House Speaker Rodante Marcoleta drops out of the senatorial race. At least 4 people were killed after the old Clarin Bridge in Loay, Bohol collapsed. And the final 32 candidates of this year's Miss Universe Philippines faced off in the preliminary competition. And those are the top stories at this hour. Join us later at 2 p.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Just register for a free account at www.signalplay.com so you can stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Charles Lejano. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.